Today, I'm swapping books with my girlfriend to get a glimpse into each other's sick and twisted minds. So first, we went to Barnes & Noble. What's up, guys? We're in the Barnes & Noble. We're about to pick out 2 books for each other and keep them secret.
Yeah.
And then once we're outside, we're gonna reveal what the books are.
The book I'm getting him, I've been begging him to read for like over a year, and he won't do it.
Bro, as you can see, I'm very busy. But the book I'm gonna get her to read is just my favorite book. No mean intentions behind it. I will see you outside.
I haven't read this one by her either, so you're coming home with me. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited to read your favorite book.
I'm so excited to read this book you've been wanting to force me to read for forever. Julia, you want to tell me why you picked this book?
I picked Eileen by Otessa Moshfegh because this is a phenomenal book. I love the narrator, even though she's not that great, but she's great. I had an amazing time, fun time reading this. Can't wait to see your thoughts.
So Piranesi is obviously like my favorite book of all time. It's amazing how it makes you feel. I've never had a book make me feel the way this book made me feel. It's very haunting. It's very cool. It's otherworldly. It's very creative. I love that.
We'll see you in like a couple days.
A couple? Yeah, no, that's true. We're gonna do check-ins. What's up, guys? It's our anniversary. Everyone say in the comments, happy anniversary, Atticus and Julia.
4 years.
4 years. So we're gonna do a quick progress report.
I've been enjoying this book a lot. I'm currently on page 93. Our reading schedule said that we have to have 100 pages done by tonight, so I'm on pace. And you?
I've read like half of a page. I've had a really busy week.
Blah.
So I have to read 100 pages right now. Okay, bye.
Watch our time lapse now.
Okay, team, I'm way behind on reading, but we are gonna go get some done because it is beautiful outside right now. I've got a San Pellegrino and I've got an awesome summer outfit. So we're gonna go outside and we're gonna read. That's all I gotta say. Actually, there's more. Let me say more. I am on page like 130, I think, right now, out of 250. It's very well written so far. It's a very good book. It is pretty like depressing and mood killing. She's also not the best person, but how much can you really blame her, you know? There's some good quotes I took some pictures of, but we are gonna go outside and read. There's nothing I detest more than men with happy childhoods. I was a shoplifter, a pervert, you might say, and a liar, of course, but nobody knew that. I would enforce the rules all the more, for didn't that prove that I lived by a higher moral code? I'm on page 212 of Eileen out of like 260. It's really good so far. It makes me very sad to read it. It's a very depressing story, but I think it's very good. We're gonna meet back up with Julia to see what she thought of Piranesi. What's up, guys? I just finished Eileen. Julia finished Piranesi like a week and a half ago, but we are finally gonna sit down and reveal our thoughts to each other.
I rated Piranesi 5 stars.
And I rated Eileen 5 more stars. So I'm gonna go first. Eileen is a very sad book, but it's a very well written book. It's a very pensive book. It makes you think quite a bit, because Eileen is obviously a very terrible person. She has very terrible thoughts about everybody in her life, but also you have to keep in mind that she has been dealt one of the worst hands. Her dad is an alcoholic who sees shadow figures and is very paranoid. Her mother died. Her sister abandoned them. She works at a juvie for boys. She sees all the terrible things that the warden and all the guards do to them. The first third of the book is just about how Eileen lives, what her life is like. You hear all about her obsession with Randy, the buff bodyguard at the prison for boys, which is very creepy. But then this new character is introduced. Her name is Rebecca. Eileen does this thing that I feel like is kind of relatable on a smaller scale to a lot of people. Like if you've been in the same circles for a while and you're starting to get like bored and disappointed and unsatisfied with like the people you're meeting, and then you see someone who's like half decent, you kind of become obsessed with them and you like idolize them. Eileen does this to a terrible, terrible extent. Rebecca is a goddess. She can do no wrong. She has no flaws. From there, you just follow Eileen as she finally gets a friend. And then at the end, some crazy stuff goes down.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
At 2:41 p.m., I said, crazy plot twist, because it was a crazy plot twist. And it was a really crazy plot twist. Made me think a lot about myself and how kind of the worst parts of myself are like Eileen, obviously toned down quite a bit. I think we can all learn a thing or two about Eileen and how she has grown to be a better person.
I think we had slightly different takes from the book. Part of the reason why I loved Eileen so much is because it was so like witty, and I really liked how it was told. I like how Eileen narrated her life and kind of the intrusive thoughts that followed. It was unlike a lot of the other books I had read, because it truly is told from a narration style that is so unique. Like, I could pick out a random sentence from this book right now. Rebecca St. John's face that day had no makeup on it that I could detect, and yet she looked impeccable. Fresh-faced, a natural beauty. Her hair was long and thick, the color of brass coarse, and I noted gratefully, basically, she just narrates in such a unique way and that I was so obsessed with, and it really, you got to know Eileen so well. It was one of the best character studies I had ever read, because you're seeing how she thinks, not just the actions that she's doing.
Okay, you want to talk about Piranesi?
Yeah. First of all, I absolutely loved Piranesi. I was bawling when I finished this book. The last 50 pages straight, I was bawling. I was expecting to read maybe like 20 pages and then fall back to sleep. I finished all 150 pages. So that was insane, and that doesn't normally happen to me. I couldn't put it down. It was so good and so addicting. And I felt like as soon as I started getting some of the information revealed, it kind of set up a mystery that I just was wanting to solve so bad. And I absolutely loved Piranesi. He is just one of the best characters I've ever read, in a completely different way from Eileen. He is so impactful because of his actions and his outlook on life. Piranesi is grateful for everything in this house. It's basically telling the story of a man who's trapped in an infinite house, halls and halls and halls, these grandiose halls with a lot of like marble statues, and there's an ocean that comes. And basically he tells how he has learned to survive in this house, and he keeps a journal of all of his days and all of the statues, and his end goal is to basically explore the whole house. And some of my favorite parts of the book are that there are these bones all across the house, these sets of dead bodies, and he takes the time every like month or so, he checks every single dead body, prays for it. From an outsider's point of view, we are looking at this house like it's a nightmare, but to him it's like his dream reality. And I think it's very funny that Atticus's first sentence that he used to describe Eileen was that this book is so sad. I have his Goodreads pulled up right now for Piranesi. The first sentence is, this book is so sad. And what's even sadder is that the narrator doesn't even know it's sad. And I think we have very, very different reasons why we love this book, because I was not sad a single time reading this book. Obviously, in the end, I'm crying, but honestly, it was a happy cry. It was never really unsettling to me, and I think one of the greatest themes of the book was that he's just like so content and grateful. So I think it really just tells a story about perspective and how life is what you make of it, and your perspective is ultimately what matters. Also, at the end, when kind of everything gets revealed and the mystery is solved, he's like battling with these different identities. That's a lesson that a lot of us can take to heart. Looking back at our past lives and how we might feel disconnected from them now, how something that used to fulfill us doesn't fulfill us anymore. It was so beautiful, and I have some quotes pulled up. One of the most important things of the book was that the other is the other person in the hall, like the only other person that he knows is to be alive, and he's on this quest for like the ultimate knowledge, like basically the answer to the question of the universe. And the only reason he's helping the other is because he wants the friendship, not really to solve the secret. And I think that that's like one of the most beautiful aspects of this book, is that he is genuinely just so fulfilled with what he has. Like, he doesn't need to know the secret of the universe. This quote says, "This thought led to another. I realized that the other's description of powers that the knowledge will grant has always made me uneasy. I wish that I could reach through his writing to comfort him, to show him the fish that abounds in every vestibule, the beds of shellfish just waiting to be gathered, how with only little foresight he never need go hungry, how the house provides and protects its children." And I think that's really beautiful, because when we look around, genuinely everything we need to be fulfilled is here.
Aww.
anything that you think of right now is inside this book, but it's not like touching on everything, so it doesn't touch on anything. It's truly up to your interpretation, and what you need to hear you will find in this book.
That was beautiful, Julia. I think it's very cool that these books kind of have overlapping themes, because if Eileen had the same outlook as Piranesi, this book wouldn't have happened. It is very interesting because I feel like Eileen does become Piranesi, because as a narrator, the older Eileen, she reminds the reader, like, this was me in the past. Now I care for others deeply. And I think that's a very good reminder that you can grow, and we should all grow to be very appreciative of what we do have.
Next time we'll swap books again, but we'll do books that are a little more fun, a little lighthearted. Maybe we'll swap fantasies.
Yeah, because fun books can also be good.
Yeah.
And 5 stars.
Yeah.
They don't need to be depressing and sad. Are you more of a Piranesi or more of an Eileen? Let us know. Here we've got a Piranesi and an Eileen, and they're perfect for each other. So, okay. Well, yeah, subscribe. Bye.
Subscribe. Bye.
How long was that? 17? 18? Oh.
17. Can you cut out like a lot of my... Like, you're gonna have to condense my rambling, will you?